All right, ladies and gentlemen, just as I said a couple days ago, right here on ScumTube, talking about the temperature, the weather, the budding, the seasons. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Genesis 1 and 14. Today, here in Detroit, Michigan, it is going to be a high of 50 degrees. I said a couple days ago that this was coming. I said this week the temperature is going to get wonky for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be, and I said some places going to be 70 degrees, and two states over it's going to be 20 degrees because of the way the front is moving throughout the United States. Is it manufactured, manipulated? Is God setting things back to where man got things out of order? Let's read this real quick. And God said, verse 14 is the number of salvation. And if we think about this real tough, okay, think about why this is important, okay? It's important because they are telling us not to look up. Why would they tell us not to look up? And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of heaven to divide day from night. That's the sun and the moon. We've been talking about the sun and the moon lately. I am facing north in the parking lot. Okay, if you look at an analog clock, 12 o'clock is your North Star. You're in the middle where the little hand and the big hand and the second hand meet. The sun was at in between 1 and 2 o'clock. The day or the night I was at that wedding and we did and I recorded the blood moon, which was this past September, it was directly due west. Never seen the sun, if you're looking at your analog clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, east and west, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, north and south. And then you got your parameters in between. Never seen the moon up here. At the same time, the sun was to my, if I was standing facing west, the sun would be to my left and the moon was to my right, northeast. Never seen those positions. God said, let there be lights in the firmaments of heaven to divide day from night. And then we have the two stars that he's talking about in the sky at the same time. Okay? At the same time, let them be. Now check out what God said therefore. Okay? This is the important part. What did he say they were for? Not just to divide night from day. He said, and add to, they're supposed to tell us night from day. That's our calendar. Not this garbage that man has created. These pagan months, pagan days. We're not supposed to be on that. That's why we're all confused. Okay? And we have gotten away from what Genesis 1 and 14 have told us to do. We've gotten away from that for so many years. Now, even the way to go back to that, they've murked up the trail. Unless you go directly to the book. Let them be for signs and for seasons. First, he said what? He didn't say seasons. He said for signs. A sign of what to come. If y'all really break these verses and scriptures down and chew them and not just eat it like a White Castle hamburger, chew it. First, he made them to separate night and day. Second, he said, let them be for signs. What do we have coming up? A lunar, and then we have a solar eclipse coming up. And I keep saying, what preceded the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ? These things and a great earthquake. Because the sun and the moon moving against the earth, electromagnetic pull. We know the poles have shifted. Over the years, they've showed a chart and a graph and show where the north, south pole is supposed to be. It's not there anymore. People are going down the street recording with their phones or with another phone, their car compass, their phone compass, and then where the sun at. And ain't none of them matching up. None of them. He said, let these be for signs. Then he said, let them be for seasons. So you know, winter, summer, okay? So we don't need the weatherman as much as he said, just look at the sun and the moon. I'm going to tell you what time of the year it is. People say the snow ain't real, it's manufactured. And then y'all try to pick it up and burn it with a lighter. You're not going to burn snow with butane chemicals. And the reason why the snow turns black is because of the butane liquid. Okay? The fire is manufactured. It's not real fire. If you want the fire to melt the snow, put it in a glass cup, put the lighter up under it, and then light it and watch it melt. Okay? You can easily debunk that, but people don't want to. They just go with, that's my thing, repetitive nonsense. People going with it. Okay? A lot of things are manufactured. I couldn't say that the snow wouldn't be manufactured. I've seen videos, people going out grabbing handfuls, and it was something else in the snow. So we do know it's possible. Let them be for signs, seasons, days, and years. That's the month right there. That's how he said to know the days of the week and to know the months of the year. Use the sun and the moon. God made two great lights, one to rule the day and the lesser to rule the night. Okay? And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. But when the New Jerusalem comes, this is what I'm saying about the sun. It is going through some changes. It's going to be destroyed. The sun and the moon will be destroyed. The Bible says so. The sun and the moon will no longer be needed because there will no longer be night. It will constantly, for 1,000 years, it will be daylight. Because the Bible says Jesus will be the light thereof. The sun and the moon will be destroyed here shortly, folks. And that's why we see certain things happening with the solar CMEs, the maximums, okay? We're seeing reports, people reporting big giant aircraft in the air at night. It's always at night. A lot of fishy stuff going on. And Donald Duck and his Obama monkey suits. I don't like the Obamas at all. Big Mike and Obama, but at the same time, dude, you off the chain with that one, Doc. You stick their head on top of man. Diabolical. Civil War and war. This, I mean, the powder keg is there. All we waiting for is to light it. Or has it already been lit? And we just waiting for the wick to burn out to the dynamite. Kaboom! Y'all have a good one.